हमने कल क्या पढ़ा था? We studied yesterday. Who is going to brief me that? Let me see who are the students interested to say that. Is anyone raising hand? Can anyone tell me what we are going to study today and what we studied yesterday? Class?
Ma'am?
Yes, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Acha, first let us have a briefing of what we studied yesterday and then we will talk about the doubts. No problem.
Okay, ma'am.
To say, speak better. Vicky, we are waiting for your response.
Ma'am, yesterday we have learned about osmosis and diffusion.
Very good. We studied about osmosis and diffusion, osmosis and diffusion, and we discussed about the difference between these two factors. Great. So now I wish to answer your doubts better. What doubt you have? Can you please ask?
Ma'am, in the module we got, there is a question. Which of the following cell organelle contains hydrolytic enzymes? Lysosome, vacuole, endoplasmic reticulum, or Golgi complex?
So it will be lysosome. They are full of hydrolytic enzymes, and they are, that's why, known for intercellular as well as extracellular digestion.
Okay, and then there's one more.
Yes, beta.
Cells that have membrane-bound nucleus includes rhizobium, meristem, mature sieve tube, and nostoc.
Rhizobium will not be the answer because it is a bacteria and it's a prokaryotic. You said next meristem, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Meristem will be obviously having a membrane-bound nucleus because it is like actively dividing plant cells, and plant cells are falling under eukaryotes. What was the third thing you mentioned, beta?
Mature sieve tube.
Matured sieve tube doesn't have, although the cell is.
And
let me finish.
the fourth one is.
Let me finish about sieve tube. Sieve tube is a eukaryotic cell. Let me tell you. But when it gets matured, it like lose its nucleus. This question is a very tricky but a very good one. If it is asked that sieve tube is having membrane-bound nucleus or not, answer is no. But it's an eukaryotic cell. But when it matures, it loses the nucleus. Same is with matured RBC. RBC, that is red blood cell present in human, they lose their nucleus when they get matured. Understood? What is the fourth one?
Yes, nostoc.
Okay, nostoc is a blue-green algae. So obviously it will be also a prokaryote, so it doesn't have the membrane-bound nucleus.
So, ma'am, the right answer is meristem, right?
Meristem is having membrane-bound nucleus.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
It's my pleasure always to talk about doubts. So we will move ahead.
मैम
Yes, बेटा.
मैम मुझे भी एक डाउट है मॉड्यूल में से.
हाँ जरूर. 1000 doubts. I can have one whole session for doubts. See,
Ma'am,
when you are asking doubts, that means you are studying. That means you are thinking. I love it when you ask them. Ask.
Ma'am, the question is, karyotheca or nuclear membrane is absent in first nostoc, second rhizobium, third drosophila, and fourth both 1 and 2.
So karyotheca is karyo shabd. Karyo word means nucleus. I told you, no, when I taught you about prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Karyo means nucleus. So karyotheca means something which is the covering of the genetic material. And rest, I guess, you is answered because rhizobium and nostoc is prokaryote, so it doesn't have. And the third option you said what, beta? Yes, Vicky, you want to say something, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Vicky, bolo.
Ma'am, multicellular organisms exhibit division
Okay,
of
let
liver.
me first
Comment.
go ahead with this doubt, no? Then I will come to you. What was the third organism?
Drosophila.
Drosophila is a fruit fly. हमारे घर में आम या ऐसा कोई फ्रूट को हम ओपन रख दे तो देखना एकदम छोटे छोटे मक्खियां आते हैं. एक तो बड़ी वाली मक्खी होती है, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट. एकदम छोटे छोटे मक्खियां होते हैं, एकदम छोटे कीड़े जैसे. Those flies are known as fruit fly or Drosophila. Okay, so these fruit flies and Drosophillas are not prokaryotes, they are eukaryotes. That's why they will be having a karyotheca. Understood? Is it clear what I said, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Yashvi asked me question. Yashvi, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Vicky, I'll come back to you. Your doubt, please. Then Parv and Ayushi is online.
Ma'am, multicellular organisms exhibit division of labor. Comment.
So multicellular organisms have more than one cell, and they have many types of cell. And as their structures varies from each other, their functions also vary. And the functioning ability of the whole organism, for smooth functionability of whole organism, और एक organism को जिंदा रहने के लिए whatever the functions are required, that is distributed between different parts of the body. For example, हमारी example ले लो, आंखों के जो cells है, they are helping in seeing. Muscle cells are helping in movement. Now cells present in the nose is smelling. So this is what division of labor, no? Whatever total work we need to do, we divide it into different types of cells, and they specifically do that work. And work done by individual cells is cumulatively introducing the smooth functioning of the human body. So that is how we can answer this question. Understood? Are you there, Vicky? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So,
Yes,
Parv, you wish to ask something, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
A bit louder, Parv.
Ma'am, can you explain the marker protein once again?
I cannot hear you clearly. Yes, now you speak.
Ma'am, can you explain once again marker protein?
Marker proteins. Yes, I am going to explain. No problem. Marker proteins are basically types of protein present in the cell membrane. They are characteristic for a specific types of cell. Means जैसे कि हम लोगों को देख के पहचानते हैं ना, जैसे सुबह समझो आपकी क्लास की टाइमिंग है 6:30 बजे. When I switch on my video, by looking into your face, you can understand कि चलो ये हमारी बायोलॉजी की मैम है. अगर मेरे जगह कल कोई दूसरा जन आ जाए, and without speaking even by face you can recognize कि ये तो वो टीचर नहीं है, फिर क्या हो? Who is the other teacher? आप अपने घर पे फ्रेंड्स को या किसी को भी आइडेंटिफाई करते हो by looking into the recognizing the face, है ना, या बॉडी टाइप. सेम सेल्स कैसे एक दूसरे को रिकॉग्नाइज करेंगे? So they are recognizing each other with the help of these marker proteins. There are specific shapes of proteins which are present on the surface of cell. which can be identified by the other cell and they can understand कि अच्छा ये वाला सेल है, चलो I understand this is this. ये मार्कर्स बड़े जरूरी होते हैं. आप जानते हो कि अगर आज किसी इंसान को की किडनी फंक्शन नहीं कर रही है, कंसीडर करो इफ वंस किडनी इज नॉट एट ऑल फंक्शनिंग, हमको कहीं और से किडनी लेनी है, तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? व्हाट वी नीड टू डू? वी नीड टू ऑब्वियसली मैच द टिश्यू टाइप, हैप्लोटाइप. अगर वो मैच नहीं हो रहा है तो जैसे ही उसकी किडनी मेरी बॉडी में आएगा, उसकी किडनी सेल्स के मार्कर सेल्स को मेरी बॉडी के जो इम्यून सिस्टम है वो किस तरीके से आइडेंटिफाई करेगा, ये तो अपना नहीं है भाई, कहां से आया है ये, जरूर कोई बीमारी का सेल होगा, मारो. मतलब तुम्हें जितनी भी अच्छे किडनी को अपने शरीर में ला दो, इफ द मार्कर्स आर नॉट मैचिंग, आवर इम्यून सिस्टम विल कंसीडर इट एज नॉन सेल्फ, वो अपना नहीं समझेगा, and it will start destroying it or it cannot be working as a part of my body. So that is how marker proteins like work. Perf, understood beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So now I am moving ahead with the doubt of Ayushi. Yes, Ayushi?
Ma'am, there is a question. A granular ER of muscle cell is
Acha,
also
I want
called
to say something here. I am sorry, I want to say. I taught you ER.
No, ma'am.
फिर रुक जाओ ना बेटा, थोड़ी देर पढ़ा लो, उसके बाद भी अगर डाउट रहे then you ask me. Don't you think that is a better idea?
Okay, ma'am.
You wait. आप इसको मार्क करके अपने पास रख लो. Once we finish ER, then you ask me. Yes, Vicky, you want to ask something else?
No, ma'am. By mistake, my hand was raised.
No problem. So today we are supposed to know the endomembrane system. हमें आज endomembrane system पढ़ना है. And I told you yesterday only why we call them endomembrane system. And can anyone tell me why we call them endomembrane system, so that we can have a recap of whatever we studied last time? Why we call them endomembrane system? Although everything present, yes, Rutu, bolo.
Ma'am, this all organelles are associated with each other.
And as I told you that ER can produce cell membrane and cell membrane can produce ER. They are basically foldings of cell membrane only in different formats. So today we are going to study about endoplasmic reticulum. As its name itself suggesting, yes, Vicky, you want to say something?
No, ma'am. You asked na endoplasmic reticulum.
So then, lower down your hand, no problem. So what we are going to learn here is the name. See, the name itself is describing a lot about the organ. Here, obviously, we are having name as endo. Then there is a word as plasmic, and then there is a word as reticulum. Can anyone tell me what does it mean about these three words? What are they?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, may I?
Yes.
Ma'am, endo mean inside.
Huh?
Ma'am,
Then?
plasmic means pigment contained.
Inside? Endoplasmic, why we call it plasmic? Ayushi was also raising hand. Ayushi, want to say something here? Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Bolo Ayushi, what you want to say?
Ma'am, endo means inside, then plasmic means fluid inside the reticulum, which means the network.
Is it so? I don't think so. Endoplasmic means it is present inside cytoplasm. That's why we call it endoplasmic. That doesn't mean it has fluid inside. Endoplasmic because it is spread into cytoplasm or protoplasm. That's why we call it endoplasmic. And what do we
Ma'am,
Yes, bolo Vicky.
ma'am, endoplasmic which is scatter between the cytoplasm
Ah,
of eukaryotic cells.
eukaryotic. And what do we mean by reticulum?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Reticulum
network.
means, yes, Yashvi, bolo.
Ma'am, reticular means a network that is connecting these both.
Reticulum means a net-like structure. It's somewhat interconnected lines hote hai, which are cross, what I can say, weaving amongst each other. So that is what we that carries the meaning of endoplasmic reticulum. Endo means inside, plasmic means inside cytoplasm, and reticulum means network or net-like structure. So आपको 3 points तो इसमें से ही मिल गए. You can write it down if it is asked in examination.
Yes,
Now, endoplasmic reticulum is a very complicated membranous channel. Basically, as I told you that cytoplasmic membrane folds to produce channel-like structures. There are channels and small flat pouches. These pouches are called vesicles. Okay. It is very much continuous with the two membranes of the cell. What are the two membranes? Outside there is cell membrane and then is nuclear membrane. Vicky, wait, I will teach. I will ask you. When question is asked, you respond. Or doubt is there, you respond. Okay. It is like it can be visible quite properly by using electron microscope. Generally, it is absent in matured human organism, and it is also absent in reproductive cells like sperms and ovum. Endoplasmic reticulum can be divided into two types. One is ruminal or inside, like it can be divided into two parts. That is, consider if this is a cell, if this is nucleus, if ER is coming like this, it can divide the material into two parts. One is inside endoplasmic reticulum and other is outside endoplasmic reticulum. So substance which is present inside ER, we call it present in the luminal compartment. Lumen means it's the cavity. So cavity, inside the cavity of endoplasmic reticulum, there is a compartment that is called luminal compartment. An extraluminal compartment means cytoplasmic compartment. I am talking about a single structure here, but beta, remember that so many other endoplasmic reticulums will be there in the cells, and they are profusely branched and creating a network-like structure. So obviously, the whole cell, the compartments can be divided into two parts. One is inside endoplasmic reticulum, other is inside, towards the cytoplasm. Now, endoplasmic reticulum type can be further divided into two. That is called smooth and rough endoplasmic reticulum. I hope this part is known by everyone, so I am not going into much detail. Smooth are called smooth because they don't have ribosome on their surface. Yes, Vicky, you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Bolo beta.
Ma'am, smooth here are ribosomes on it.
So that is the same thing I was saying. Let me finish. Then if you have a question or I ask a question, then you raise your hand. So smooth endoplasmic reticulum is something, it is called smooth because if you look into the surface of this smooth endoplasmic reticulum, they will look somewhat like this. And they don't have any dots over them. What are these dots? Ribosomes. They are connected to endoplasmic reticulum via a protein called ribofurine. So ribofurine is the protein which is connecting the ribosomes to the endoplasmic reticulum. Whereas if you look into the rough endoplasmic reticulum, if you look into it, you will feel as if it is having a like a teenage skin जिसके ऊपर pimples भरे हुए रहते हैं, वैसे ही rough endoplasmic reticulum के ऊपर ribosomes are attached with the help of ribofurine. So this is smooth one, this is rough. Not only their structure, their functions are also very much different from each other. For smooth, obviously, they are responsible for synthesis of fat and steroidal hormones, whereas rough is responsible for synthesis and secretion of proteins. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is also responsible for detoxification also. Okay. So endoplasmic reticulums are made up of like 3 types of structures. One is like this is called cisternae. Second is branched or unbranched tube-like structure. These are called tubule. And small dotted structure. These are called vesicles. So generally cisternae, which are called flat sac-like structure, and tubule is present mostly in case of endoplasmic reticulum. Yes, Yashvi.
Ma'am.
हाँ बोलो बेटा.
Ma'am, what is sarcoplasmic reticulum?
अच्छा. Sarcoplasmic reticulum is the endoplasmic reticulum of muscle cell. In muscle cell, the endoplasmic reticulum is known for storage of calcium, and when required it release calcium, when required it absorb calcium. And this concentration of calcium plays a very important role in contraction and expansion of muscle. That's why the muscle tissue of endoplasmic endoplasmic reticulum present in the muscle tissue is called sarcoplasmic reticulum. Understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Difference between cisternae, tubule, vesicle. I hope this is also clear to you. So here the you can see the functions of endoplasmic reticulum is listed here. That obviously, as it is a network-like structure, it provides support. It helps in transportation of material, and it is helping in various metabolic processes because it has so many enzymes produced there. So this is the structure of endoplasmic reticulum. 3D diagram where you can understand that how protein membranes fold. Here is the difference between ACR and RER. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we will move towards the next part. Yes, yes. Bolo.
Ma'am, SCR तो
You are not clearly audible, Yashvi.
मैम SCR तो लिपिड्स को सिंथेसाइज करता है और RER प्रोटीन्स को सिंथेसाइज नहीं करता.
Yes, ma'am.
This is like I'm sorry, extremely sorry. This is actually opposite. RER is responsible for synthesis of protein, and ACR is responsible for synthesis of lipid, and it's also responsible for detoxification. Certain medicines that we eat, they go to liver cell and they get detoxified there. It is a printing mistake. Thanks for pointing it out.
Okay.
So now we will move out towards the Golgi bodies. Its name is so because it was discovered by Camillo Golgi. Actually, it is always present near the endoplasmic reticulum. And the area where Golgi bodies are present, that area is known as zone of exclusion. Why we call it zone of
Can you
exclusion?
repeat?
Can anyone tell me why we call it zone of exclusion?
Ma'am, can you repeat what you said in the last 2 minutes?
Can you please repeat what you said, beta?
Yes, ma'am. I want you to repeat because due to network issue, I cannot hear you.
Okay. I just said that the Golgi apparatus that is present in close association with endoplasmic reticulum, and the area of the cell where Golgi apparatus is situated, that area is known as zone of exclusion. Let me write it down. It will be easy for you to understand. Maybe zone of exclusion. Why we call it zone of exclusion? Because at this area, no other cell organelles are present. I hope I am audible clearly to you and my screen is visible. Beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
clear.
So zone of exclusion is the terminology we use because Golgi body is responsible for secretion of lysosomes. Okay, and secretion of other things. So obviously the area where secretion is taking place, if anything else is there, the secretion will be barred by those organelles. No, that's why the area around Golgi bodies is quite clear. So let us look into Golgi body's structure. Similar to endoplasmic reticulum, it is also made up of cisternae, vesicle, and tubules. Here the number of vesicles are more than endoplasmic reticulum, and generally it is present in all cells, but some eukaryotes like RBC and sieve tube, they are not present because these cells are having functions not associated with transportation. That's why they don't require this Golgi bodies present in them. Now, this is the structure of like typical Golgi bodies. This typical Golgi body is having two phases. Okay. The phase which is towards the endoplasmic reticulum is called cis phase. Why? Because whatever proteins or other things synthesized in endoplasmic reticulum, they are passed in the form of vesicle to the Golgi bodies. These vesicles are what? Double membrane bound sacs or pouches. They actually merge with the Golgi bodies. So the part which is in association with the or near the endoplasmic reticulum is called cis phase. And the part after engulfing or after incorporating this small vesicles released by endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies does what? They actually pack it in the form of lysosome and release it. So the phase which is ever changing, because this from other phase which is opposite to endoplasmic reticulum, we call it trans phase. Why trans phase? Because this phase is continuously going on for transformation, because like small pouches or vesicles packed with the material is getting released from this phase. So I hope you will never forget that cis phase is towards endoplasmic reticulum and trans phase, which is ever on changing phase. Why? Because it is releasing the material. Yes, Vicky?
Ma'am, can you repeat transphase?
Yes, definitely. Cis phase of Golgi body is, yes, beta?
Ma'am, can you please repeat the C space again?
I cannot hear you, Rutu. I am already repeating it for Vicky. You want me to repeat something else, beta?
Yes, ma'am, C space.
C space is the side of C. What happens is you can see in this image that endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi bodies are staying in close proximity. So the side of Golgi body which is near to the endoplasmic reticulum is called C space. And the other side which is far from the endoplasmic reticulum is called trans space. Understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So they are made up of small sacs, sac या pouch. समझो पॉली बैग्स को अगर आप एक के ऊपर दूसरा रख दो तो जैसा देखने में होगा that will be like Golgi bodies. Okay, and they are stacked. Stacked means एक के ऊपर दूसरा रख के they are parallelly arranged with each other. Okay. Now, very important thing we need to know that these cis and trans phases, they are actually entirely different in origin. Actually, cis phase is created first and then trans phase. Cis phase is primitive and the trans phase is created from the cis phase only as the Golgi bodies grow. So Golgi bodies grow in the direction from cis to trans. Okay. So whatever proteins and fats are synthesized in ribosome, they are then transferred to Golgi bodies. And Golgi body is basically the packaging unit of the cell. उस कोई भी लेटर को जैसे कहीं अगर हमें भेजना है तो हम क्या करते हैं, उसको एक एनवेलप के अंदर भर के सील करके स्टैंप मार के हम भेजते हैं. Similarly, Golgi bodies also does what? It put it inside a like envelope, that is lysosome or some other membrane bound pouches, and send it to the place where it required to be sent. Okay, so before sending, various proteins are modified in Golgi bodies. So Golgi body is not simply getting whatever from endoplasmic reticulum and packing it inside lysosome. It also sometimes modifies it. It actually modify it into a specific structure. Understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, basically, if you look into the function of Golgi bodies, it says similar things, that it is responsible, it's the mother of lysosome. Lysosomes are generated from Golgi bodies only, and it is like packing the packaging material. It acts the formation of glycoproteins and glycolipids. So what are they? Proteins and lipids are added with the carbohydrate part. So they are complex protein which has carbohydrate as well as protein in it. We call them glycoprotein. They are responsible for production of complex carbohydrate, and it helps in the formation of cell wall also. Okay, so any doubts, anyone from Golgi bodies? You will know that the acrosome cap of sperm in next year, like when you study about reproduction, in sperm there is a cap called acrosome cap that is synthesized by Golgi bodies, which has an enzyme called hyaluronidase. Anyways, let's talk about lysosome. Lysosomes are called suicidal sac. Who is going to tell me why lysosomes are called suicidal sac? So Ayushi is raising hand ever ready, but I want to ask this time someone else. I can see only 2-3 people answering this question. Devanshi, Dhruvanshi, Kashish.
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Vicky, रुक जाओ थोड़े देर. क्लास में कितने सारे लोग हैं? 4 people I always talk. You, Rutu, Yashvi, and Ayushi. What about others? There is Rujal, Park, Nidhi, Manashri, Krishna,
Ma'am.
Kashish. Yes, Vicky.
Ma'am, can you repeat?
I asked why lysosomes are called suicidal bag. ये आपने ग्रेड 9th में पढ़ा है, so you are supposed to answer. चलो, this time Devanshi is also raising hand, Parv is also raising hand. Parv, I am giving this opportunity to Devanshi. Bolo Devanshi, why we call it suicidal sac?
Ma'am, because it is capable of destroying its own cell in which it is present.
Yes, it is autophagic. Autophagic means अपने आप को खा सकता है वो. That's why. Parv, Rutu, Yashvi, you want to add something to this answer? All of you. So Parv, what addition you
Yes,
want
ma'am.
to do in this answer? Bolo Parv.
No, ma'am.
No, then why hands raised? Confused हो रहा है
Ma'am,
आपका
ये-
teacher.
Ma'am, may I?
Ma'am,
Parv, बोलो, तुमको कुछ बोलना है तो.
Ma'am, because it
ma'am,
contains
ये
digestive
इसी वजह
enzyme.
से ही डेस्क हो जाता है
Wait
क्योंकि
for
उनके
some
पास
time. All
हाइड्रोलिटिक
answers cannot be given by you, beta. I need to, all are my students, na, बच्चा. I need to talk to all of them. बोलो Parv.
Ma'am, they destroy their own cell because they contain hydrolytic enzyme.
हाँ, तो that was to said already by Devanshi. What new you want to say? I asked.
Ma'am, may I?
Then चलो यशवी, like उसने सबसे पहले हाथ ऊपर किया था. That's why I am asking her. Yes, यशवी बोलो.
Ma'am, ये जो cell means these enzyme hydrolytic enzymes destroy their own cell when the
Hey,
cell
Bhagwan.
gets infected or
That is so
virus
true. It is
or-
said by Devanshi. I want to ask if you want to share something else. Something which is not said by Devanshi. You want to share something like that? See, to be a very good speaker, first thing you need to do is you need to be a very good listener. Isn't it? Acha, Vicky wants to say something still. Yes, Vicky, bolo.
Ma'am, lysosomes are known as suicide bags because it contains digestive enzyme, and lysosomes are burst sometimes.
Your second line was not audible to me, Vicky. What you said? Can you repeat, please? Class. Anyways, I think he is having some kind of network issue and got disconnected. Vicky, are you there? Can you say? Let me tell you another reason why lysosomes are called suicidal bags, because they themselves burst to release the enzyme. They actually burst to release the enzyme. That's why also they are known as suicidal bags. Okay, so you can see here, this is the Golgi bodies. From this, the primary lysosome is coming out. When this primary lysosome is fusing with something which they want to destroy or digest, that combination of primary lysosome and something which it want to digest, this food particles which are like engulfed by the cell by method called phagocytosis. Actually, I need to mention here, two types of endocytosis are possible. If cell is endocytosis, means phagocytosis is something by which cell is eating something. If that eating something is solid, we call it phagocytosis. If it is liquid, we call it pinocytosis. Phagocytosis you study in grade 10, you study कि amoeba कैसे food खाता है. This is the method. There is a creation of a depression in the cell membrane and the food particles go inside. Then this part will form a membranous structure वो cell के अंदर चला जाता. So this phagosome plus lysosome will make secondary lysosome. And once it is digested, it is called product of digestion is called residual body. So you can see whatever coming from outside to inside, it can get digested by means of these three phases of lysosome: primary, secondary, and residual body. This is how lysosomes work. And this is a very good, nice structures of lysosome. You can see here that it's have the glycosylated membrane transport protein. So these transport proteins are actually the stamp and address on lysosome. Lysosomes attached with specific types of substances or sent to specific area. The location is shared in this glycosylated membrane transport protein. And inside the membrane of lysosome, the actual hydrolytic enzymes are present. You note it down somewhere. I will tell you what do we mean by hydrolysis. Actually, hydrolysis is addition of water and break down something. How it occurs, that I will tell you in biomolecule chapter. But its name itself is saying hydro and lysis. Hydro means water and lysis means breakdown. So these are the functions of lysosome. See if you like have any doubt regarding it. Anyone? Yes, Parv. Any doubt, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ask.
मैम लाइसोसोम सेल डिवीजन में कैसे हेल्प करता है?
कहाँ पे रहेगा?
मैम आई वांट टू टेल दैट हाउ द लाइसोसोम इज help in the cell division.
Cell division. They will be, no?
Yes.
They will be in cell division. There are digestion of so many things. That is done. That is done by lysosome, no? Before cell division, the old parts need to be cleared, and so many digestion is required, because whatever cell stores food, cell needs to digest them to prepare for cell division, no? And I will tell you, there is formation of this one, what I can say, spindle fibers, substances which drag the chromosomes into two different, divide chromosomes into two parts of cell. Those extra things, after once the chromosomes are divided into two equal halves, those things are digested by lysosome. That's why it's very important for cell division also. Any other doubt, anyone? So we are going to learn now about various types of lysosome. There are microbodies which are very small in their diameter, and they are single membrane bound structure inside which granular proteins are there. And many of these microbodies are in close association with chloroplast, mitochondria, ear or Golgi bodies. These microbodies can be further classified into peroxisome, as the name itself is suggesting. It has enzymes called peroxidase. Actually, they are found in leaves of higher plants, and they are in association with chloroplast. There is a phenomenon called photorespiration, which is incorporating, or which is includes activity between this peroxisome, chloroplast, and mitochondria. We will study photorespiration today, in this class only, not today, in the chapter called photosynthesis. Okay. It actually helps in participation. It participates in oxidation of substances to form hydrogen peroxide. So, what is the formula of hydrogen peroxide? Can anyone tell me? H2O2. You will learn in chemistry what do we mean by peroxide, redox reaction. Chalo, hum aage बढ़े. Glyoxysome, another types of microbodies. These are all modifications of lysosomes only. They are also surrounded by unit membrane. I told you Robertson unit membrane. And glyoxysome is having enzymes which can convert fat into carbohydrate. It is specially functional during germination of seed. The fatty substances are converted into carbohydrate with the help of enzymes called aconitis, citrate synthetase, glycolate oxalase. If you cannot remember the names of enzymes, it's all right, but you need to know that it is present in plants and it is responsible for conversion of fats into carbohydrates. Next is spirosomes. Spirosomes, as its name is suggesting, it's spherical in shape. That's why called spirosome. They have fatty materials, and they act as a center of synthesis and storage of fat in the body. So in adipose tissue cell where fats are stored, lots of spirosomes are observed. Anyone, any doubts regarding microbodies? Class, complete silence means either understood everything or nothing. दूसरा वाला नहीं है ना, पहला वाला है ना, बोलो यशवी.
What are primary lysosomes and secondary lysosomes?
प्राइमरी मीन्स जो डायरेक्ट गोल्गी बॉडी में से निकला है. सेकेंडरी मतलब अगर वो किसी डाइजेस्टेबल मटेरियल के साथ, जो जैसे फैगोसोम या पिनोसोम, उसके साथ फ्यूज हो रहा है तो उस स्टेज को बोलते हैं सेकेंडरी लाइसोसोम. और जब वो स्टेज में उसने डाइजेस्ट कर लिया है और सिर्फ जो बचा कुचा चीज पड़ा हुआ है, वी कॉल द सेम थिंग एज रेसिड्यूअल बॉडी. So these are phases of lysosome. Understood, Yashvi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So last but not least, vacuole, which is also part of endomembrane system. In plant cell, they are very much big in size, so big that sometimes they occupy so much space that it seems that cytoplasm is like a thread-like structure, and it is the nucleus is hanging with those threads. Vacuoles are so big in matured, especially matured plant cell. If anyone is asking you question कि match cell, plant cell एकदम newly produced है और matured है, how can you find out the difference? You can say by looking into its cell wall and vacuoles. Cell wall of newly produced plant cells are thin, whereas matured cells are thick, and vacuoles are comparatively smaller in size in young plant cells as compared with the old one. Okay. It doesn't only have water, it can act an excellent place for storage, so it can have sugar and salt. It can have toxic elements also. You know, let me tell you, various plants are there which can help us to get rid of radioactive elements. You know, this type of thing is called phytoremediation. समझो एक जमीन में बहुत ज्यादा मात्रा में आर्सेनिक है, या फिर कोई रेडियोएक्टिव एलिमेंट है, तो इफ यू आर कल्टिवेटिंग एनी प्लांट इन दैट एरिया, अदर प्लांट्स कैन नॉट सर्वाइव, बट दीज प्लांट्स very well survive in these specific fields. One of these plants are rye, I think Brassica juncea. सरसों बोलते हो ना जिसको आप, it is very good for phytoremediation. So what they do is, whatever these pigments or toxic substances are, they store them into their vacuole and keep it there over there. उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है कि टॉक्सिक मॉलिक्यूल्स आर प्रेजेंट इन देम, एंड देन दे शिफ्ट इट टू द ओल्डर पार्ट ऑफ प्लांट एंड दे सर्वाइव. यस आयुषी?
Ma'am, can you just repeat what are the type of plants which survive in this type of situation?
Type of plant? I didn't say anything about type of plant.
Ma'am,
They
अभी
are
आपने कहा ना कि
plants which can survive in this type. Type of plant means?
हाँ तो मैम मतलब वो कैसे प्लांट्स होते हैं जो ऐसे सिचुएशन में सरवाइव करते हैं?
अलग
वो
अलग
फिर से
टाइप के
repeat-
प्लांट्स होते हैं. Doesn't require it to be a specific type of plant. There are different type of toxic substances and radioactive element, and various type of plants can survive on that depending on the element and the area. No specific category of plants there. Some of them can survive very well in a area where toxic substance is not there also. They grow there normally. But we can use them to get rid of these things. Soil में से इनको निकालना मुश्किल है. 2-3 बार ये plants की खेती कर लो. They absorb much of this content of these toxic substances. And you cultivate these plants and then throw them. A high amount of these toxic substances can be removed from the soil. Okay, so vacuole is bounded by a single membrane structure, and this single membrane structure of vacuole's lining is known as tonoplast. Okay, so if you look into the plant cell, transport of material is tonoplast is having a very high role in transport of material. As inside vacuole things are getting stored, inside vacuole the concentration of fluid is more as compared with the outside fluid. So there is a concentration gradient. Concentration gradient means concentration difference, and this concentration difference is responsible for continuous movement of particle across the plant cell and from outside to inside also. Okay. In case of animal cells also vacuoles are there. They are better to be called vesicles because they are very small in size and they generally have watery fluid. But let me tell you, in plants as well as animals, some vacuoles are there. Types of vacuoles I mean to say. You can say in amoeba or in lower algae, contractile vacuoles are there. These are the vacuoles which doesn't stay at one place. They can move. आपको याद है आपने लाइफ प्रोसेसेस चैप्टर में एक डायग्राम पढ़ा था लास्ट ईयर 10th में, जिसमें अमीबा खाना कैसे खा रहा है and amoeba how it is excreting.
Yes, ma'am.
So the vacuole
Yes,
which is moving inside and outside the cell, that type of vacuole which can move is called contractile vacuole.
Contractile vacuole.
If it is having food particles stored, we call them food vacuoles. Air vacuoles are storing air. Majorly, they are responsible for giving plants and animals the ability to float. वो plants और animals को तैरने में मदद करते हैं. ठीक है? Now next is mitochondria. We will talk about mitochondria. It is also called as powerhouse of the cell. And why it is called powerhouse of the cell? Because it is responsible for production of energy currency called ATP. That is adenosine triphosphate. All living cells have mitochondria. Only prokaryotes don't have. Like some anaerobic cells where cells can live without oxygen, and matured RBC can stay without mitochondria. Its shape is comparatively we generally draw it in the form of a stick-like structure. Cylindrical sausage shape हम mitochondria draw करते हैं, but they can be granular, fibrillar, they can be spherical, oval, and even disc-shaped mitochondria is observed. But हम बचपन से वही देखने के लिए आदत है हमें कि एक sausage जैसा structure है mitochondria. अल्ट्रा स्ट्रक्चर इट कंटेन्स टू मेम्ब्रेन. सो ये एक चीज बेटा ध्यान रखना है हमें. व्हाइल वी स्टडी सेल स्ट्रक्चर वी नीड टू बी वेरी केयरफुली रिमेंबर कि कौन सा ऑर्गेनेल है विच इज प्रेजेंट इन विच टाइप ऑफ सेल. कौन सी एनिमल में रहती, कौन सी प्लांट में रहती, कौन सी यूकैरियोटिक में रहती, प्रोकैरियोटिक में रहती. दिस इज वन थिंग वी नीड टू रिमेंबर. सेकंड थिंग दैट वी नीड टू रिमेंबर इज विच वन इज हैविंग डबल मेम्ब्रेन, which one is having single membrane, and what are the organelles that doesn't have any membrane. For example, ribosome doesn't have any cell membrane. Lysosome is single membrane. Mitochondria is double membrane. So it has two membrane, outer and inner. The space between two membrane is known as perimitochondrial space. The way that the gap between cell wall and cell membrane is known as periplasmic space. सेल वॉल खत्म होता है, सेल मेम्ब्रेन शुरू होता है, उसके बीच में एक गैप होती है, दैट इज नोन एज पेरीप्लाज्मिक स्पेस. वैसे ही माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया के दो मेम्ब्रेन्स के बीच के गैप को बोलते हैं पेरीमाइटोकॉन्ड्रियल स्पेस. अब इनर मेम्ब्रेन जो होता है दैट फोल्ड्स, यू कैन सी हियर जो अंदर का मेम्ब्रेन है दैट इज फोल्डिंग इटसेल्फ इनटू फिंगर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स. दीज फिंगर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स आर कॉल्ड क्रिस्टी, and inside the inner membrane there is a jelly like substance which is called matrix. So outer membrane, inner membrane fold to form cristae, and inside inner membrane there is a jelly like substance called matrix. So what happens is inside this matrix you can find out the 70S ribosome as well as the like circular DNA. This is very much similar to the prokaryotic DNA. That's why it is said that mitochondria and chloroplastids are like once upon a time they used to be some kind of bacteria or prokaryotes. They entered into eukaryotic cell and then they keep on staying there. Okay. So mitochondria is self-replicating DNA and it divides by fission. See, this similarity is also there. That like prokaryotes, they divide by fission. Binary fission, amoeba आप पढ़ चुके हैं. Okay. Now the major role of mitochondria is one only. Whatever respiratory substrates are like there, it is converting them into energy currency, that is ATP. By a method of respiration, but mitochondria actually do certain things as a secondary duty. What? First of all, while it goes for the respiratory pathway, as a byproduct it produces several biochemicals like pyrimidines and alkaloids. You will learn this here. Pyrimidines are important parts of DNA. Then mitochondria is having inner chamber. It has like enzyme to synthesis fatty acids. It actually regulates cellular metabolism because respiration is something which control energy and energy is something which will control the other reactions. It helps in apoptosis. If mitochondria of like all mitochondria of cells are dying, then it will the cell will die itself. So that is called programmed cell death. Means when a cell is not required by body, by our wish only, they will destroy that cell. So there is a difference between cell normal cell death, जहाँ पे किसी चीज की scarcity के वजह से cell die कर रहा है, that is separate. In programmed cell death, it is done for the benefit of the like cell. So mitochondria help in that. Like it helps in membrane potential. That means potential difference in membrane. You must be wondering कि क्या है मैम potential difference? ये तो physics का terminology है. यहाँ कहाँ से आ रहा है? It actually in cell also there is potential difference across the membranes. This also we are going to study this year. Anyone any doubt regarding mitochondria?
No, ma'am.
Okay. One more thing I wish to share here. If you have a close look into mitochondria, at the inner membrane, there are tennis racket-like structures. These tennis racket-like structures are called oxysomes. Oxysomes are having two subunits. This one is known as F1 subunit and this is known as F0 subunit. F1 subunit is spherical like a ball and F0 subunit is like a pipe. ऑक्सीजोम, आप नाम से ही आपको पता चल रहा है, दे आर रिलेटेड टू रेस्पिरेशन एंड फंक्शंस ऑफ functions in the respiratory pathway. F stands for the name of scientist called Fernandez-Moran. So two scientists were there, Fernandez and Moran. They discovered about the presence of oxygen. That's why we call them F1 and F0 subunit containing oxygen.
Ma'am,
Yes, Yashvi, bolo.
what is function of oxygen?
Oxygen help in electron transport. This also we are going to study in respiration chapter this year only. They actually in electron transport pathway, due to they take advantage of movement of protons, and then by this energy of movement of proton they produce ATP.
And ma'am, what is TCA cycle?
हाँ बोलो बेटा, can you repeat yourself, Yashvi?
Ma'am, what is TCA cycle?
I didn't hear you. Can you repeat once again? TCA cycle, acha, TCA cycle. It is a part of respiration, beta. Respiration is subdivided into two steps. One is glycolysis, second one is TCA cycle. TCA cycle is the second phase of respiration. I'm not going to discuss in detail about TCA cycle क्योंकि उसके लिए chapter है अपने पास, फिर वो that chapter will be of no use, है ना? Keep your curiosities, like I can say, on a hold for that, before that. So yes, Rutu, you want to ask something, beta?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in the functions of mitochondria, one point is mentioned that it helps in programmed cell death. So, ma'am, can you please explain that point?
I explained where you are. I explained what is programmed cell death. I think Rutu is having a network connection problem. Is it, Rutu? Am I audible?
Sorry,
Rutu?
ma'am.
You have a network connection problem today?
Yes, ma'am.
Apoptosis, programmed cell death means planned cell death. When any cell is not required by body decide to kill it, that's why it is getting destroyed. That type of death is known as programmed cell death. It is done by wish of cell and body. Understood? Two types of cell death possible.
Okay, ma'am.
One, due
Thank
to surrounding atmosphere, there is any like reason of death. So I am not starting today plastic because plastic is a big part and I require some time and I don't want to teach an organelle like and stop in between. So what are the too many cell organelles we studied, isn't it today? Who is going to brief me what are the cell organelles we studied today? Ayushi is raising hand. Yes, Ayushi, bolo.
Ma'am, today we studied about endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, Golgi body, and lysosome.
Very good. And what about microbodies, Ayushi? We studied about microbodies also, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.